I guess the problem from last week is still the same. I'm just sort of suffering a kind of an overload of crap. I get this feeling sometimes with certain things. It's not like they're talismans. It's just that, like, when dealing with the last girl I dated, the entire time I dated her, every time she was lying about something, it sort of seemed like it was directly connected to my being unhappy with her. So after we were dating and I was talking to her, if she was lying about something, it just seemed like that was sort of a habit. They would just sort of make me angry, even if it wasn't connected to me. It's one of the reasons why when she sends me emails and crap, I still respond. It seems to me like I have to respond, otherwise something bad's gonna happen. And I think it just has to do with sort of an association. Like I spent so much time being both unhappy and connected to this other thing, which was, crap. Well, I sort of feel the same way about all my mom's bizarre amount of crap. There's so much junk in the garage, and it doesn't stop and go away. There's a ton of it, and it's all jumbled up, and it doesn't make any sense, and it's not organized. And you never really find yourself sitting around thinking, damn it, I really wish I had a mitten, or, a box of weird silverware that doesn't match, or something like that, Like, never is there an incident where it's like, oh, I wish I had an old hospital bedpan and some mustard and some rags, and, then I could make a nuclear bomb. I think the worst of it is things like she's got a bunch of my grandfather's old tools, and both her and my aunt say, oh, you can't use those. Those are pops. The one thing we have of pops to remind us. And I'm thinking, the one thing? You mean the one thing in the tool category? Because you've got a lot of stuff lying around that was his that reminds us of him. I think it's the going through stuff, quote unquote, that bothers me the most. I spent like 5 hours moving things around, and they went from being a random assortment of weird crap packed in boxes that made no sense to a random assortment of weird crap parked in another box that didn't really make any sense. It's just frustrating. So much of this stuff, it's never used. It's never used, and it doesn't serve any purpose. Who wants a 1950s reel-to-reel tape recorder? Somebody even want that on eBay? Because I'll sell it. I've actually been thinking for a while that I should just go through and sell everything on eBay. So all in all, I think it was kind of one of those days. There were people being stupid in the parking lot and yelling at each other, and people just being sort of odd. It was just one of those nights. Not a lot of people that I talked to seemed really happy to be talking to me that night, which is a shame. I think I would have, it's not anyone's particular fault. It seems like everybody I tried to talk to tonight just wasn't really that interested in talking. I talked to Justine for a little while, which is fun. She's so antisocial. I like her anyway, but sometimes I wonder why. I mean, it's fun to sit around and think of, whether she's just weird or whether she just dislikes me or not. And I still have to do my great story, the great Justine story. Maybe I've hyped it up a little too much. Maybe it's not great, but it's pretty good. Although I'm currently not really happy with her because she never brings me food at work. Now, I'm not happy with her because she never hangs out with me. Although, talking to her tonight was kind of cool. She talks to me sometimes when she's leaving. It's nice. I don't know. It's one of those things where sometimes I'm just like, I get the feeling like I'm just annoying her or bothering her. And then other times I just think, oh, she's just a big honking weirdo. I wish I could decide, or know. It was so clear before. She used to spend forever talking to me in the middle of the night in her car. She was the one who I was hanging out with when I saw the fox. In my neighborhood, there was this fox with a hurt paw, and I thought it was a little dog. And it just walked right up to the car and was just sitting there, and I looked out the window and thought, oh, that's so weird. That's a weird-looking little dog. And Justine's response was, holy crap, that's a fox. So I had to look and say, indeed, that is a fox. I would see the fox every so often. I think he just wandered by my neighborhood a lot. Yeah, just tired. So I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to compile a couple of videos. All in all, nothing really all that exciting happened tonight. Tomorrow, I am going to talk to somebody who actually wants to talk to me. I'm going to have a good conversation, and it's going to be exciting. I figure since Justine found my blog, she's going to be commenting, which is why I commissioned Matt to make a little video, not video, but a drawing image, like he did for Lisa. The little animated one. He actually animated one of them, but it didn't look right. So, pretty soon, Justine will have her own little cartoon person with a face that looks like hers and a big shirt that you could put words on. I think my slogan for Lisa of it only takes one to pole dance was pretty clever. For a long time she was using this phrase, it takes two to tango, as an indicator that things were both my fault and her fault. And so I thought the invention of the it only takes one to pole dance line was great. I don't know if anybody else found it amusing, but I sure did. And that's really ultimately what's important. Because if I don't amuse myself, I don't know who's going to.